The following outline is provided as an overview of and topical guide to the U.S. state of Wyoming. Wyoming, U.S. state in the mountain region of the western United States. The western two-thirds of the state is covered mostly with the mountain ranges and rangelands in the foothills of the eastern Rocky Mountains, while the eastern third of the state is high-elevation prairie known as the High Plains. Wyoming is the least populous U.S. state, with a U.S. census population of 563,626 in 2010. General reference. Names. Common name, Wyoming. Pronunciation, I-Y-O-M-N. Official name, State of Wyoming. Abbreviations and name codes. Postal symbol, WA ISO 3166-2 code. U.S. WA Internet second-level domain. WAS nicknames. Cowboy State. Equality State Park State. Forever West. Adjectival, Wyoming. Demonym, Wyomingite. Geography of Wyoming. Wyoming is a U.S. state, a federal state of the United States of America. Location: Northern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere, Americas, North America, Anglo-America, Northern America, United States of America, contiguous United States, Western United States, Mountain West United States, Northwestern United States. Population of Wyoming, 563,626. Area of Wyoming. Atlas of Wyoming. Places in Wyoming. Historic places in Wyoming. National Historic Landmarks in Wyoming. National Register of Historic Places. Listings in Wyoming. Bridges on the National Register of Historic Places in Wyoming. National Natural Landmarks in Wyoming. National Parks in Wyoming. State Parks in Wyoming. Environment of Wyoming. Climate of Wyoming. Geology of Wyoming. Volcanism of Wyoming. Superfund sites in Wyoming. Wildlife of Wyoming. Fauna of Wyoming. Birds of Wyoming. Mammals of Wyoming. Natural geographic features of Wyoming. Rivers of Wyoming. Regions of Wyoming. Administrative divisions of Wyoming. The 23 counties of the state of Wyoming. Municipalities in Wyoming. Cities in Wyoming. State capital of Wyoming. Cheyenne, largest city in Wyoming. Cheyenne City. Nicknames in Wyoming. Unincorporated communities in Wyoming. Census-designated places in Wyoming. Demography of Wyoming. Government and politics of Wyoming. Main article, Government of Wyoming and Politics of Wyoming. Form of government, U.S. state government, United States congressional delegations from Wyoming. Wyoming state capital. Elections in Wyoming. Electoral reform in Wyoming. Political party strength in Wyoming. Branches of the Government of Wyoming. Executive branch of the Government of Wyoming. Governor of Wyoming. Lieutenant Governor of Wyoming. Secretary of State of Wyoming. State departments. Wyoming Department of Transportation. Legislative branch of the Government of Wyoming. Wyoming Legislature. Upper House, Wyoming Senate. Lower House, Wyoming House of Representatives. Judicial branch of the Government of Wyoming. Supreme Court of Wyoming. Law and order in Wyoming. Adoption in Wyoming. Capital punishment in Wyoming. Individuals executed in Wyoming. Constitution of Wyoming. Crime in Wyoming. Organized crime in Wyoming. Gun laws in Wyoming. Law enforcement in Wyoming. Law enforcement agencies in Wyoming. Wyoming Highway Patrol. Prisons in Wyoming. Same-sex marriage in Wyoming. Military in Wyoming. Wyoming Air National Guard. Wyoming Army National Guard. History of Wyoming. History of Wyoming. By-period prehistory of Wyoming. Indigenous peoples. French colony of Louisiana east of Continental Divide 1699 to 1764. Treaty of Fontainebleau of 1762. Spanish District of Alta Louisiana east of Continental Divide 1764 to 1803. Third Treaty of San Ildefonso of 1800. period. French District of Haute Louisiana east of Continental Divide, 1803. Louisiana Purchase of 1803. Unorganized U.S. territory created by the Louisiana Purchase east of Continental Divide, 1803 to 1804. District of Louisiana east of Continental Divide, 1804 to 1805. Territory of Louisiana east of Continental Divide, 1805 to 1812. Territory of Missouri east of Continental Divide, 1812 to 1821. War of 1812, June 18, 1812, March 23, 1815. Treaty of Ghent, December 24, 1814. Oregon Treaty of 1846. Treaty of Cordoba of 1821. Unorganized territory east of Continental Divide, 1821 to 1854. Treaty of Fort Laramie of 1851. Mexican territory of Santa Fe Acute Nuevo Mexico south of the 42nd parallel north and west of 106 degrees 10 minutes 42 seconds west. 1821 to 1846. Territorial claims of the Republic of Texas south of the 42nd parallel north between 106 degrees 10 minutes 42 seconds west and 107 degrees 23 minutes 33 seconds west. 1836 to 1845. Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, February 2, 1848. Territory of Oregon, 1848 to 1859. State of Deseret, 1849 to 1850. Territory of Utah, -1,896. Territory of Washington, 1853 to -1,889. First transcontinental telegraph completed 1861. Territory of Jefferson, 1859 to 1861. Territory of Dakota, 1861 to -1,889. Red Cloud's War, 1866 to 1868. Territory of Idaho, -1,890. Nez Perce War, 1877. State of Wyoming becomes 44th state admitted to the United States of America on July 10, 1890. Grand Teton National Park established on February 26, 1929. History of Wyoming by subject. Territorial evolution of Wyoming. Uranium mining in Wyoming. Culture of Wyoming. Culture of Wyoming. Museums in Wyoming. Religion in Wyoming. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Wyoming. Episcopal Diocese of Wyoming. Scouting in Wyoming. State symbols of Wyoming. Flag of the State of Wyoming. Great Seal of the State of Wyoming. The arts in Wyoming. Music of Wyoming. Sports in Wyoming. Economy and infrastructure of Wyoming. Economy of Wyoming. Communications in Wyoming. Newspapers in Wyoming. Radio stations in Wyoming. Television stations in Wyoming. Healthcare in Wyoming. Hospitals in Wyoming. Transportation in Wyoming. Airports in Wyoming. Roads in Wyoming. State highways in Wyoming. Education in Wyoming. Education in Wyoming. Schools in Wyoming. School districts in Wyoming. High schools in Wyoming. Colleges and universities in Wyoming. University of Wyoming. Wyoming Catholic College.